Welcome back to New Rockstars. This is the big question. I'm back, baby. This is a show that gives you too much information about the endless stream of questions that exist in endless timelines within endless universes. My name is Eric Voss. I'm here today with MT.
What's going on, Eric? Dude,
MT.
It's a special episode day.
Special edition of Big Question because this is our 100th episode.
100 fingers, that's what I'm doing.
Ding, 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 ding. And to celebrate that, we asked all of you to send us your burning questions so that we can try to answer 100 questions for this 100th episode. And boy, did y'all deliver.
But yo, time out. Shouldn't Philip be here for this super special 100th episode of Big Question?
That is a good question, MT. Actually, now that you mention it, I have not seen Philip ever since we sent him through that quantum time vortex.
Oh, yeah.
I wonder if he might show up to help answer some of these questions.
No. I don't think I will.
Well, we don't really have much time, so we gotta get started. We're gonna get through as many as we can. Hopefully we'll get to 100. Here we go. Question 1. Who's stronger, Hydra or the 10 Rings? 10 Rings seems pretty powerful. They've been around for a long, long time, but in a digital age, I feel like Hydra.
I think like these days in the MCU, I would say the 10 Rings, but Hydra's coming up. They're coming up.
Hydra, I mean, if you have a home with Wi-Fi, Zola is gonna beat you every day of the week.
100%.
Question 2. If the MCU ever includes the one above all, who do you want to play them, MT?
I would say Morgan Freeman. You gotta have Morgan Freeman. He's God.
Oh.
I'm God.
I was thinking just Kevin Feige.
Oh my God, that'd be great.
Yep.
That'd just be super meta.
Question 3. How long until Marvel crosses over with DC? Have you not watched our New Rockstars videos recently? There was a Superman shout out in an Eternals trailer, so it has already begun.
Dad, that's Superman with the cape and you're shooting laser beams out of your eye.
Yes.
But are we ever gonna see Superman shake hands with Captain Marvel or something like that? I hope not. I don't care. I don't want to.
I really hope that they do settle their differences, but it's highly unlikely. Dude, I really want to see it. I want to see that Spider-Man Superman team up like we saw in the comics. Very
Swipe
long
left
ago.
on that crossover. Not interested. 4. What would the real aftermath be to Hulk eating too much Taco Bell? Would he blow a house down with a fart, or more likely launch himself into the air? I think he wouldn't know when to stop eating Taco Bell, and we get a what if episode 3 scenario.
Yeah, that's exactly what I was going to say.
5. Shuri references Disneyland and Black Panther. With the opening of Avengers Campus at Disney California Adventure, does it exist in MCU canon? I looked this up. I don't think Avengers Campus is technically MCU canon. The way Galaxy's Edge, I think, is technically Star Wars canon. Avengers Campus is not. However, Disneyland as a location does exist in the MCU because Shuri mentioned Disneyland in Black Panther. She says, I thought the first time you take me to California, you would take me to Coachella or Disneyland.
When you said you would take me to California for the first time, I thought you meant Coachella or Disneyland.
So it does exist in that sense. MT, this is a good question for you. How powerful are the 10 rings in comparison to other Marvel weapons like Cap, Shield, or Mjolnir?
Ooh, that's a good question. Well, I feel like that has yet to be seen because we don't know the material that the rings are made of, because it's like the super ancient material that no one's ever seen. But I think that it stacks up pretty well against Cap, Shield, and Mjolnir because it seems just like a very ancient just rock.
Yeah, I think the way that Mjolnir and Cap Shield are kind of like there were checks on each other. I think all 3 of these things would be kind of equal. If you could use them to deflect off each other.
Rock, paper,
but
scissors.
Yeah, exactly. Question 7, could Ultra Vision take on the TVA? Could he ever enter the TVA? They have that robot guard, so I don't know. But Ultra Vision, we're talking Ultron Infinity, that guy has no boundaries, really. So probably, I mean, I don't know.
I mean, like, his Infinity Stones probably wouldn't work inside the TVA, but he's still pretty yoked himself to take down a bunch of, like, regular-ass people, so it'd be fine.
I'm gonna venture to say no. I think the TVA seems like a pretty powerful constant in a pocket dimension. They have that robot guard at their checkpoint. You're right, Infinity Stones don't work in there. I think, like, even with their analog computers, they'd be able to stop him in his tracks.
Okay.
Stop! You violated the law.
Similar question. 8, would Wanda and Doctor Strange be powerless in the TVA? I think I'd have to say yes. I think they seem to have a magic barrier to where, like, Sylvie as a sorceress could not use her power. Loki as a sorcerer could not use his power. So, yeah, I don't think they'd be able to get very far there.
Yeah, I don't think their power sources. I think their power sources are directly linked to the universes that they live in. So, yeah.
Number 9, will this Adam Warlock be like Dr. Frankenfurter's Rocky creation in the Rocky Horror Picture Show? More than a hope than a question. Let's do the time warp again. I totally agree. I would love if that's the case. I want him just to be like a weird cocoon boy. What do you think, MT?
I've never seen Rocky Horror Picture Show. So
oh, you got to get on that.
I don't know how to answer this
You have to get on that, MT.
I really do.
It's a classic. Well, similar question, number 10. What will Warlock's role be in the Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3? Yeah, I want him to be just a creepo who, like, every 11 minutes has to put himself back in a cocoon and sleep for 2 hours. That's what I want him to be, kind of a joke
hilarious.
character.
I think he's going to be Aisha's lapdog for a little bit and then just be like, I'm free. I'm my own boy. I'm a real boy. Just like Pinocchio style.
Question 11. Who would win in a fight? God, Emperor Doom, or Ultra Vision? Who do you think, MT?
God, Emperor Doom. Easily. That
Agreed.
man had too much power.
I agreed. Question 12. What live-action Spider-Man would win in a fist fight?
Oh.
I feel like Andrew Garfield has a height advantage, but Tom Holland has been doing a lot of, like, stunts and flips and gymnastics. I still think Andrew Garfield.
You know what? I'm gonna give it to Tom Holland because that dude is yoked. That little man is yoked. He could fight.
Yeah. Okay. Do you think Nicolas Cage will come back to play Ghost Rider? No, I don't think so.
No. I think his Ghost Riding days are done.
Question 14. Who should be cast as Ghost Rider? I thought Gabriel Luna did a really good job in Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D.
Yeah.
But I don't think they'll cast him. But I do like the idea that they brought in a Latino actor to play the role. I hope they would keep that in the MCU. I just think there's a nice fit there with like the fact that Mephisto is tied in with the character. I just think I liked that choice.
Yeah. I think I kind of want to go with, this is a fan favorite choice, but Daryl from The Walking Dead. Blanking on his name now.
Oh, yeah.
I don't know
Reedus.
why. Oh, yeah, Norman Reedus, right. I think it'd be great as a Ghost Rider.
He'd be great.
Amazing.
He'd be great. Yeah, you're just thinking because he rides that motorcycle around. Let's see. 15. Do you think Joker should be in the Reeves Batman verse? Hard no.
Hell no. To the no. Yeah, to the no.
I think.
Oh, hard no.
Hard no.
Okay.
Let's please, dear God, can we take a break from the Joker?
You know what? I'm going to agree with you because I really do want him to tackle Calendar Man next because Calendar Man would be great for that universe,
Sure.
I feel.
Agreed. Court of
Gotta do it.
Owls.
Yes.
Yeah, there's a lot of ways you can go. 16. Where is Robin in the DCEU? Dead.
Mega dead. R.I.P.
Yep. 17. Could Michael Keaton actually be playing Thomas Wayne? Maybe.
Nah.
I think just have him play Bruce Wayne. If you're going to bring in Thomas Wayne, bring in Jeffrey Dean Morgan.
Yeah, there's no reason to do that. Yeah, I think he's just straight up playing Bruce Wayne.
18. Who would win in a fight between the Avengers and the Justice League? I mean, the Avenger depends on who's on the Avengers. Do you mean the 6 OG Avengers in the MCU? Because if that's the case, the Justice League for sure, because they have Superman. But whoever's on the Avengers now, you have like Captain Marvel on the team, maybe Doctor Strange, maybe Scarlet Witch.
Yeah.
Like if you have Nexus level beings on the Avengers, they're gonna win. They can change. They can warp reality.
100%. If Wanda's on the team, then it's game over for Superman. Easy.
Yeah. 19. Are you gonna cover The Boys season 3? We hope so.
I'm looking forward to it.
20. Do you think the Lando Disney Plus show will follow Childish Gambino? His name's Donald Glover, but young Lando or old Lando, his name's Billy D. Williams. Post episode 9, when he asked that girl if he wants to find out more about her past. I think this series would be more interesting to follow young Lando because he has all these adventures in his past that from all like the expanded universe novels. I mean, what do you think of
Oh yeah, it's gonna be young Lando. Like they very, very much set up a lot of stuff in Solo, and I feel like Lando is the next step for them with Donald Glover. So it's going to be young Lando. 21. Now that Fortress Vader and Mustafar are in the MCU, do you think the Watcher will intervene in the Mandalorian Boba Fett shows? No. It wasn't even confirmed that they're in the MCU. It just, the art looks like it. But so many people would be so annoyed with that, and like justifiably so. Like, let's keep those universes separate. 22. When will we see Grogu again? Probably Mando season 3, right? They're shooting it now. Yeah. Hopefully we'll see it by the end of 2022. Yeah, Grogu is a big selling point for that whole franchise, so we're gonna see him again. 23. What is your favorite line from Star Wars? What's yours, MT? A lot of great lines. The only line that's popping into my head is another happy landing. from Obi-Wan Kenobi.
Yeah, he's infinitely quotable in episode 3. Hello there.
Hello there. Yes, classic.
Even the younglings. You are like a brother.
You are a brother.
You weren't like a brother. I have the high ground, Sprigger. I think my favorite line is never tell me the odds. It's classic, right? Never tell me the odds. It's just great.
Amazing.
Let's see. 24. Is Jar Jar Binks truly a Dark Lord of the Sith? Yes.
Yeah.
That's my favorite fan theory, and I will go to the grave.
What do you mean theory, Voss? What do you mean theory? It's
exactly.
True.
Excuse me. You're right. That's a law of nature at this point. 25. Why do stormtroopers wear armor and die after one blast shot? They don't, my friend. That's not how. I know it seems that way, but the way the stormtrooper armor works is it disperses the blast to just be. It absorbs the shock, but that shock knocks them on their butts. But it prevents them from dying. At least that's how stormtrooper armor is supposed to work. I know we've seen things go through stormtrooper armor, maybe in later things, but originally in the original trilogy, it's like a shock absorbing thing that knocks them on their ass, but it doesn't kill them.
I think that's wrong, Eric. I think the Empire only hires people with bad hearts. One shot, just knocks them and kills them.
Put them out of their misery. That's right. 26. Which Star Wars character would you most likely see crossover in the MCU? None of them. I don't want to see that happen ever. Please, no.
Yeah.
No, thank you.
Huge fan of it myself.
Yeah, it's just everything that makes the character magical and specific to their world is lost when you bring them into another franchise. This isn't like bringing over different Spider-Verses. That I get. But like bringing in Star Wars, I don't want to see a lightsaber collide with a Captain America shield.
Wait, you know what? I'm going to answer this. I'm going to say Babu Frick. I just love Babu Frick from episode 9.
Sure.
Just bring him in.
He can be in everything. That's fine. That's okay. 27. Who is the better resurrecting villain, Emperor Palpatine or Ra's al Ghul? Oh, Ra's al Ghul.
Ra's, easy.
100 times Ra's al Ghul. Yeah, I mean, Palpatine should not have resurrected. I think
somehow he did, Eric. Somehow.
Yeah. Who would win if Star Wars and Marvel fought? I don't know what this means. if the title cards fought. If all the characters in Star Wars fought all the character in Marvel, I mean, if that's the case, all the characters in Marvel would win. We have several gods and Nexus beings who could transcend realities. Such rules have not been established in Marvel or in Star Wars. Will you cover Scream 5? I don't know. Maybe. If enough people want us to, I guess. I'll watch it. Yeah. Question 30. Will you ever break down Harry Potter? I used to want to. I honestly don't want to anymore. I rewatched those movies in the past year. I think they have not aged all that well. I think the author of that franchise kind of torpedoed it. And it's hard to watch it now and not make fun of how bad the acting is by the kids. I'm sorry. I'm just not interested. Also, Harry Potter fans kind of suck. They kind of suck. You guys were real assholes to me when I did Fantastic Beasts videos. I'm not interested in giving you guys it. I think there's a lot of you who are nice, but after I watched Cursed Child, it was one of the worst days of my life watching that play. I don't like the franchise anymore. I'm done with it. I think it's trash.
Damn.
I'll read those books with my kids, but
I guess you could say Harry Potter broke down itself.
I agree. Will you cover Halloween Kills? Again, maybe. I like covering horror stuff, and we did some videos on the first Halloween, not the first, the 2018 Halloween, but yeah, I don't know. Maybe. It's already kind of come out, right? So I don't think we will. 32, are we going to get some kind of Lord of the Rings breakdown one day? I hope. That is one past series that I am waiting. I'm waiting for the rainy couple months. Honestly, we're just going to have so much new content coming out in 2022, 2023, and beyond.
Blessed.
I don't know if we'll ever really have that rainy day. And if New Rockstars ever really does it, I don't know if I'm going to have the time to devote to do it. That would have to be my only job, the only project I could spend. You'd have to convince Philip to let me not do anything else for the channel for a month and only focus on those Lord of the Rings things, and then yes, I could do it.
Wait, are they referring to the movies or the new show coming out?
Ooh, I think in either case, probably. I assume they're talking about the classic Lord of the Rings things. But yeah, I think when the new one comes out, there's a better chance that we'll cover the new one than the old one. Okay, do you think you all at New Rockstars will ever cover anime movies or shows such as Attack on Titan, Jujutsu Kaisen, My Hero, etc.? I want to. That's another one that's like on our list of things to get to. What do you think?
I'm a
MT?
huge anime fan myself, so like it would be great to cover like the new anime shows and stuff, and you give me a reason to really get back into anime because I feel like I, kind of dropped off a little bit. But My Hero Academia, fantastic show. If you love superheroes, go watch My Hero Academia. It's literally one of the best superhero shows ever, and also Invincible, but that's not an anime. Okay.
Yeah. 34. What advice would you give to a fellow film buff who is just starting out in making film-related content on YouTube? I would recommend, I don't mean to diss by this, stop using the term film buff, maybe. I think it's just a weird term. And I only say this because, like, one, people who would be considered film buffs are not buff. And it's not really a buff. It's not really, like, a muscle. We're all very weak. Also, like, everyone I know who has ever called themselves a film buff, they don't really know that much about movies. They like to think that they do because among their friends on their trivia night team, they seem like they do. But here's what I'll say. If you are going to make film analysis on YouTube, remember that there's nothing easier in the world than to make like a diss to find something wrong about a movie. It's very easy to find plot holes and mistakes in any movie. The more challenging, worthwhile endeavor is to find reasons to appreciate it. Even the worst movie in the world still has like craft that went into it. So be that guy. Don't be the guy who just makes his snide parody videos where he's playing two versions of himself, making very easy jokes and getting millions of views out of it. Anyway,
my advice I feel would be to just do something different. Like, don't do what everybody else is doing. Find out what is different about yourself and like you in the way that you make content, and then just be different, be unique. I feel like that's what people are looking for.
Good advice. Do you play video games? I do not currently. I don't have time.
Do
you play video games?
Yeah. I love video games. I just replayed Miles Morales and had a blast. It was amazing. So big gamer over here.
Similar question, 36. Have you guys ever considered doing Easter egg breakdowns of any more Marvel or DC games? Yes, we do have a lot of things in the works right now where we want to start doing more gaming-related content. So stay tuned for that. Let's see. Who is your favorite Marvel character that we have not seen in the MCU yet? Dr. Doom, I would say.
I want a proper Karnak, because like Karnak is my favorite Marvel character of all time. But like in terms of potential MCU, I really want to see Death's Head. And I think that Death's Head could be that character that James Gunn is teasing for his holiday special, because I just really want it to be that, because like I know he really loves robots. And Death's Head is a robot.
38. Which character in the MCU is the most depowered compared to their comic book counterpart? Ooh, I would say Hulk, right? Hulk's been kind of done dirty in the MCU. We saw one thunderclap in the 2008 film, but like we so rarely get to see him Hulk out, and I get it, it's expensive to VFX that character compared to everyone else, but yeah, I would say Hulk seems pretty depowered compared to what he is in the comics.
Yeah, it's definitely Hulk for sure.
39. The big question: how will they introduce the mutants? We've been asking ourselves this pretty much every other video. I don't know. Probably through the multiverse.
Yeah, there's probably going to be some huge event that happens that triggers everybody's latent mutant gene. I don't know what's going to how it's going to happen. Maybe in an Avengers 5 scenario, but like, hopefully it's very soon, because I do miss my bald buddy Professor Xavier on my screen.
Yeah. Question 40. Who should be the first mutant to show up in the MCU? Who do you think, MT?
I mean, it's gotta be my girl Jubilee. I say bring in Jubilee in the Marvels. I think Jubilee would fit very well on the Marvels team with the three other ladies. It would be so great just because like her light powers just match up well with Spectrum's light powers and Captain Marvel's light powers, and then she could be buddies with Miss Marvel and they could geek out about nerd stuff together. I think it'd be great.
Yeah,
Jubilee.
It's a hard question to answer because there might already be mutants in the MCU. Like, Wanda Maximoff could be a mutant in the MCU. I love the idea. I love how the earlier films started with Magneto, with Eric Lensher, his origin story. I think that's fun. I don't think it should be Wolverine. I kind of want it to be like someone weird, like Phoenix Force or, Jean Grey or something like that. Could be a fun place to start in Multiverse of Madness,
Toad. Let's get Toad, number one.
Yeah, baby. 41. Do you think Marvel will do anything with Ursa Major? Oh, the Russian bear from Black Widow. No, I don't think. No.
Maybe for Disney Plus. I think Disney Plus is likely because I feel like that's where they put their, your Batrocs and those type of characters.
They're not going to spin off that guy from Black Widow into a Disney
they're not
Plus
gonna
show.
Give him his own show. Like, they're definitely not giving him his own show, but like they'll probably make him an element in like maybe like a Thunderbolts or some type of deal.
I don't even think they're going to bring that guy back. I think that was just a reference to that movie, and that actor's like, I'm the first mutant in the MCU.
I did it.
No, I think that guy's done. They might recast Ursa Major in some future thing, but it's not gonna be him. 42. Who should they cast as Wolverine? I don't know.
I want a short dude. I just want a short, buff man. I don't care who it is. I just want the correct height because I like a short Wolverine.
Yeah, maybe you could do Luke Hemsworth. He's pretty good, right? Okay. I don't know. I want an unknown. Go out to some playhouse in like Edmonton or somewhere in Alberta and find just like whoever the gruffest, angriest guy in the cast is and just have him audition. I bet, like, pick an unknown. Don't pick someone that we already know. Like, this is my thing about, like, who would you cast? Everyone always asks that question, be like, who from movies that I already know do you want to see in this other role? It's like, I want an unknown. Hugh Jackman was a relative unknown when he was cast as Wolverine. Surprise us, you know? Yeah. That's what I want.
Well, I'm gonna go against that, and I'm gonna say Corbin Bleu from the High School Musical series. I think that he would make a really great Wolverine. His ferocity during I Don't Dance really shook me to my core. So, yeah, it's Corbin Bleu.
Well, the good news is Wolverine can be as old as you want them to be because they're kind of an ageless person, right? So they don't have to be a kid. They can be a man in his 50s. It can be a really old man. It can be Clint Eastwood. Clint Eastwood is Wolverine. There you go.
Old man Logan.
43. Tea or coffee? Coffee, Brit. Get back to your aisles.
I miss coffee. My stomach is sensitive these days because I'm 29 and old, so I can't drink coffee. So I have to go to tea. I miss coffee.
Whatever. You're from Boston. You guys dump tea in the harbor.
I know. We do. And like we live off coffee. Dunkin' Donuts is in our lifeblood and I just can't drink it. It's so sad. R.I.P.
I only drink coffee. I sweat coffee. You know those old Gatorade ads? That's me, but with coffee.
Just sweating brown.
44. Beach or mountains? I grew up in Florida. I love the beach, but I moved to California and I love the mountains here. So I got to go mountains.
I'm going to go my bedroom. Just kidding. No, a beach. Beach is more so my speed. Mountains, not for me. Scared of heights and climbing.
Oh, yeah, mountains aren't for you. 45. If you could make an MCU movie about a villain, which one do you think it would be best suited? Again, I got to go Doctor Doom. I think we just need a movie called Doom.
Ooh,
but Doctor Doom.
That'd be
I'd
fun.
watch it.
I really want to make a movie about Black Cat and White Rabbit from the Spider-Man universe. I really think White Rabbit is a really underused character, so I think that those two would have a really fun time.
46. Which superhero protagonist do you think had the biggest impact or influence on pop culture? I mean, I don't know. You're talking about historically in comics, Superman, Batman, Spider-Man. Like the big names have had a lot of influence on pop culture. And that so many other comics would not exist without them, and the biggest movies in Hollywood would not exist without people like this. But protagonist, Jesus Christ, my friend. Greatest story ever told.
What's that Bible open? Read the verses to me back. Yeah.
I would say, maybe Captain Kirk. Even though, no, that's not a superhero. I'm not gonna say that.
Yes, he is.
I mean, kind of, because like I'm just thinking of the Star Trek shows and like how they, just affected everything, and how like the doors from Star Trek became real and all that stuff. So like maybe that's kind of a cheap answer though. So I'm
it's a good answer. The Trekkies feel well respected, and I think that was a good answer. 47. How far do you think the MCU can go? 10 years, 20, or more? Well, it's already been more than 10 years. So at this point, we're getting closer and closer to 20. I think it can go 30 years. I think it's just always going to be around.
Yeah, the MCU is going to go on forever, but I think the true, like the spirit of the MCU will probably leave whenever Kevin Feige goes, I feel. Or if they can get, a very equivalent creative leadership, then like I feel like that's when the MCU might start to dip in quality, because Kevin Feige really cares about that universe, and like that's why it's as amazing as it is, I feel.
I mean, what's crazy though is if you look at like the Bond franchise, it's been around it's about 50 years now. And while it's gone through different evolutions and different eras, like it still kind of references itself. Like there's been different Spectres, but like I think the MCU can last as long as Bond has, as long as there are screens to depict these stories.
Yeah, like MCU's gonna go on forever. It's gonna go on. Yeah. There's no way that it's gonna die.
48. Do you think the multiverse is the explanation for the Stan Lee appearances in the MCU? I don't think the multiverse per se, but he could be implied to be like the one above all or something like that.
I think that they're just never going to explain it, and I hope they never explain it. I just think that it's just a fun thing that they do. It's just like breaking the fourth wall. It's like, I made all these characters, and I can just do what I want. I love it.
Yeah. 49. Have you guys found the missing Easter egg in Guardians of the Galaxy? Not yet. MT has gotten closer, and James Gunn has sent us some nice feedback saying that MT and then some videos we have made have just... there's a whole Discord community of people who have done a lot of good work trying to decode those coordinates, but it's something in those coordinates. We just don't know what the answer is yet.
Right. It's coming. I'm trying. We're working on it.
Yeah. 50. What, in each of your opinions, is the funniest moment in MCU history? What do you think, MT?
That's a really good question.
I don't know. I think Get Help in Thor Ragnarok. That cracked me up. I thought that was great.
We are not doing Get Help.
Get help! Please! My brother's dying! Get help! Help him!
That was a classic moment. I really like, and this might not be the funniest, it's definitely not the funniest, when Morris appeared in Shang-Chi. Like, just like the reaction to everybody, just like not expecting it. Just like, oh my God, I cracked up. Like, oh my God, it's a faceless chicken. I was not expecting this. It was just funny. So now is the perfect time to remind you all about the best way to support our channel. Our merch partners at Epic Hero Shop have all kinds of cool clothing and gear inspired by your favorite properties. So keep an eye out for some very cool Eternals and Hawkeye inspired designs dropping in the very near future. But in the meantime, grab a Shang-Chi shirt or a Suicide Squad sticker or whatever you want. Shopping at New Rockstars merch is an awesome way to support the channel and show the world your love for your favorite fandom.
That's right, NewRockstarsMerch.com. And before we dive into the rest of your questions, some words from the people help us bring a big question to you. Thanks to our friends at Mint Mobile for sponsoring this episode. Big wireless providers love to get you with a catch in their contracts. Mint Mobile's secret sauce is that there is no catch. They're the first company to sell wireless service online only. There's no crazy overhead costs that get passed down to you in the form of mystery fees. Instead, Mint just passes on sweet savings direct to you. Here at New Rockstars, Philip switched to Mint Mobile and loves it. He has a great service. It's just awesome service everywhere he goes, saves a bunch of money, and he gets to keep his number. For people looking for extra savings, Mint Mobile offers premium wireless for just $15 a month. All plans come with unlimited talk and text, high-speed data delivered on the nation's largest 5G network. And if you're not 100% satisfied, Mint Mobile has you covered with their 7-day money-back guarantee. Switch to Mint Mobile and get premium wireless service starting at just $15 a month. To get your new wireless plan for just $15 a month and get the plan shipped to your door for free, go to mintmobile.com/bigq. That's mintmobile.com/bigq. Cut your wireless bill to just $15 a month at mintmobile.com/bigq. We also want to thank Napjitsu for sponsoring this episode. Lots of smart people like to take naps, like Albert Einstein, Thomas Edison. They were famous nappers. Reed Richards and Nick Fury are fictional characters, but I bet if they were real people, they'd be taking naps to get through those busy days with plenty of energy. Well, Napjitsu is a new way to recharge your body and your brain, and they're committed to changing the culture around rest and napping. Napjitsu's natural supplements were made by people who know how it feels to be tired and busy. Their patent-pending formulas have natural ingredients like B vitamins, guarana, and ginseng to give you a boost of energy without the crash later. Each Napjitsu product provides brain-boosting nootropics to unlock steady energy right when you need it. The result? Your peak performance all day long. Napjitsu supplements are packaged into small packets so you can take them wherever and whenever you might need an energy boost, whether you need to experience deeper sleep or unlock immediate lasting energy. Remember, the smart rest more, the wise rest better. Rest up and level up with Napjitsu. For a limited time, receive 30% off your first purchase when you go to napjitsu.com/bigquestion. That's napjitsu.com/bigquestion for 30% off your first purchase today. That's napjitsu.com/bigquestion. All right, MT, we're going to get back into this. We're going to go as fast as we can. Are you ready? All right, 51, an endgame. How did Banner get the Hulkbuster armor to Thanos' garden planet? The Benatar did not look like it had room to fit all of that, and I doubt Stark satellites can jump through wormholes. I just think it did fit on the Benatar. The Benatar's a bigger ship than you think. I mean, I think the Hulkbuster armor's only like 12 feet tall. You just lay it on its side.
Yeah, there's definitely room in that ship. It's big enough.
52, why did it say 8 years later in Spider-Man Homecoming? Because Sony gave a stupid note and committed
it was
plot
a stupid
hole.
mistake, and no one caught it. Very weird.
Yep. 53, when Steve left his double date with Bucky to try enlisting one more time, did Bucky definitely, maybe 100% take both girls, quote, to the end of the line on his last night before deployment? Hell yes, Bucky did.
100%. That's Sebastian Stan. So, yeah, respect and know the name. He definitely did.
Yeah. Sebastian can withstand two girls at once. Yeah. 54, who gets it on the most in the MCU? Seems like either Peter Quill or Tony Stark seem to get around the most.
I'm going to say Wang. I think Wang. He'd be slanging it. He's
Yeah.
slanging it all over the world.
You might be right. 55, what if a character has children with their variant?
Yeah, don't do it. I would advise against it. Some people call me a bigot, but I don't believe in variant.
Yeah, I'm okay with them dating or even
just
having. I just think I don't know. I guess I don't care. It's never gonna exist in the real world, so who cares?
Yo, who knows? If Loki and Sylvie have a baby, the internet will collapse. They will not be happy with that.
Maybe a variant and variant's offspring is just like a Nexus being who just kind of like exists in and out of realities, and they're not even human anymore. 56. Who's the next big name MCU character to die?
It's gonna be in Guardians. Definitely gonna happen in Guardians. Hey, they were teasing that maybe we could see Ant-Man die by Kang. I know that's some news came out where they were like, maybe. I don't know. You're gonna have to watch.
I'm thinking maybe Mordo, like Multiverse of Madness. Someone's probably going to die in Multiverse of Madness, I would imagine, right?
But I would say, in terms of Guardians, we might see Drax go. I think Drax is...
Dave Bautista might be done. Yeah. 57, when Cap goes back in time, are there two Caps in that timeline? The one in the ice, the one that we know that went back? No, I think there was two branch timelines. I don't subscribe to what the screenwriters were saying. 58, so Back to the Future was a bunch of BS? No, Scott Lang was wrong. Their movie's rules were essentially Back to the Future Part 2. So Back to the Future is an amazing movie. It's one of my favorite all-time films. So no, it was not a bunch of BS. Back to the Future is great.
It never was. It's literally literal science, 100%. That's
that's how it actually works. I know it seems wacky, but that's actually how it works. Yeah. 59, is Steve Rogers currently alive in the MCU? I believe yes.
Yeah, he's somewhere on there somewhere, but yeah.
Yeah. 60, did Cap get a soul back when he returned the Soul Stone to Vormir? The screenwriters say no, that it's not like an exchange. Again, you just kind of put it back in its place, and it's not like you get Natasha back or anything. Yeah, I think that would be complicated if he got... Because he would just get a random soul back of someone else who was sacrificed in the past.
Yeah, I think the whole sacrifice thing in Infinity War and Endgame was the Soul Stone trying to have the person prove that they were worthy of getting the Soul Stone. So like it isn't like, oh, you'll get it back. It's like, no, prove to me that you could get this by sacrificing a soul. So
right, yeah, it's not an exchange. I think it's 61. When Hulk snaps in Endgame, who do you think he saw? We know Tony sees a grown-up Morgan. Thanos sees a young Gamora. Who or what does Hulk see? I think Hulk saw Natasha. That would be my thinking.
I would love if Hulk saw the Maestro somehow, because we did see. Well, in the deleted scene or whatever, that Tony did see a grown-up Morgan. So, like, maybe he sees a future version of himself. He's just like, I'm coming. I'm like,
that's crazy.
That shit's gonna happen. I don't know.
62, what would Groot do with the Infinity Stones? That's an interesting question. I think he would branch off and try to separate them as far apart from each other as they can.
Yeah, he would just probably make more video games. I think he'd just make more video games with his Infinity Stone powers. He's just he's a teenage boy. Just does whatever teenage boys do.
You're thinking like, how would he use them? I was thinking like, how would he like prevent others from using? That's probably the question. Yeah, you're right. I think he would just create more video games. 63, would Groot make good firewood? How dare you?
God.
How dare you ask that question?
Probably,
oh my
but
God.
How dare
Who's asking that question? Is Sauron asking that question after burning all the Ents?
SMH, you maniac.
64, which are some of the characters you think will turn out to be Skrulls in Secret Invasion? I don't know. I think Howard Stark, maybe Thaddeus Ross, some of these government figures who've just been around for a long time.
I think that maybe Tony Stark's mom was replaced by a Skrull at one point. Because like, we don't really know much about Maria Stark, and like they could just easily do that with her character. So yeah, maybe she's still around somewhere. Maybe she didn't really die and Bucky killed the Skrull.
I used to think Sharon Carter was the likeliest, but then they kind of like ruined her character and making the power broken Falcon Winter Soldier, so I don't know.
Who knows? She could still be a Skrull. Who knows? They could easily just be like, "Oh, that wasn't Sharon. That was a
Let's
Skrull."
just make her even crazier. Yeah. 65. Why is the cop dad from Ant-Man a Skrull? I reject the premise of your question. I don't think we know he's a Skrull. I think he'd be an interesting option as a Skrull, but we don't know for sure if he is.
I would, yeah, that's definitely a huge candidate because you can do anything with that character. I mean, it doesn't really matter. He's not really biologically related to Cassie, so yeah, make him a Skrull.
Anyone who can be a Skrull without screwing too much in the MCU should be a Skrull. I think that's the rule of Secret Invasion.
Yes.
66. Where is Galactus? He's right behind you. 67.
Oh my
Who
God.
is the sixth member of the Sinister Six? I like to think Kingpin. I think Kingpin's a good choice. But I think we'll see someone else cross over, maybe like the Rhino or something like that.
Oh my God, I really want to see Prowler, so I have my fingers crossed for Donald Glover.
68. Does Santa exist in the MCU? Yeah, Clint Barton just ran him over in the Hawkeye trailer.
Santa confirmed.
69. What are the behind the scenes of New Rockstars like? How many people are on the team? Okay, let's see. There's a lot of us. We're kind of spread out all over the country. MT, you're in Boston. We got our editor Josh is in Tennessee. We got other editors in Pennsylvania. I think full time there's 10 of us now, I think. We just grew a lot in the past year.
Yeah, we're slowly growing.
Slowly growing and still growing. Hopefully we'll be able to add some more people to the team over the next year. We got a whole bunch of freelancers and contractors who work with us. I think it's about 8 to 10 full time. And then double that contractors who work with us.
Behind the scenes, it's very fun. It's we all just joke around and we genuinely love what we do. So it just feels I don't know, it just feels like a bunch of nerds just doing nerd shit. It's really great.
We often talk about whenever we join these remote calls or right before we shoot something, we would just be able to release this chit chat as a podcast. Just be one of these channels who can just talk about whatever the hell they want as opposed to making stuff that's super, algorithm friendly, answering the questions people are asking. That's what we do here at New Rockstars, obviously. But I'd love to just have a shoot in the shit podcast.
It would be so much. The things that we say before we shoot are hilarious. You guys miss out on so much hilarious conversation.
Well, some of it's for the best. Some of it should never see the light of day.
Should never air, ever.
70. Where does the channel name come from? New Rockstars used to be called New Media Rockstars. It was a website doing journalism about YouTubers and influencers and just covering internet culture. So it was the Rockstars of New Media was the idea of it, New Media Rockstars. But then as Philip came in and took over the YouTube channel, he was kind of the creative producer for that. He realized we weren't really doing that kind of stuff anymore. We were kind of doing more film analysis. So he had this idea of just taking out the media and just making it New Rockstars. Yeah, I believe his idea, you have to ask him more about it, but I think his premise was what is the idea of being a rock star these days? It's a trailer that drops can be a rock star. The Spider-Man No Way Home trailer was a rock star. Just any kind of big meme that blows up can be a rock star. So that's kind of we just focus on the things that the internet cares about at any given moment. 71, favorite thing about your job? Being able to host up with MT.
Same here. I was just about to say my friends. So you stole my answer. Yes, I love all my coworkers, especially you, Eric. It's great.
We got a great team here. I think it's the company is the best part of it. 72, where's Philip Molina and what has Eric done with him? I have not done anything with Philip. Philip has a weird ability to transcend the laws of space and time, and that there's kind of a Heisenberg uncertainty principle that governs where Philip is at any given moment. If you ever try to locate him, he will immediately teleport somewhere else, and the act of observing him will change his nature in some form.
Exactly.
I cannot really answer where he is. I honestly don't know where he is right now.
He kind of has a Nick Fury thing about him. He's just you don't really know what he's doing, but you know he's doing something important.
Yes. 73. Do you want Pinocchio nipples? That's all I want in life.
Absolutely. Just kidding. What is that question?
It means if your nipples start lying, they get hard and longer.
Wow. Why would anybody want that?
I don't want my nipples to be able to lie.
What is the evolutionary advantage of Pinocchio nipples? I don't know.
I mean, what is the evolutionary advantage of nipples on men at all? It's not about evolution. There's no fitness, survival,
it's the
Darwinian
decoy breasts.
reason.
It's the decoy breast to trick the baby.
Right. Trick the baby. 74. If you were to be freed from the Matrix, what would your alias be, and what would you be known for doing when you're jacked in? Making YouTube videos. I think I am in the Matrix right now. And I think outside of the Matrix, it would be like Surge Protector or something. I don't know.
Surge Protector.
Stupid.
I would probably steal Ready Player One because I'm all about Easter eggs, so I'd probably call myself Parzival. I think that'd be fun.
75. Other than Hulk, which Avenger has the largest head? Well, I guess the Watcher is not an Avenger, so he doesn't count. I think Doctor Strange is a pretty big noggin.
I would say so. He's got a pretty big.
Is he not an Avenger? I don't know.
Strange? Yeah, he's an Avenger.
I guess he's an Avenger. So. Yeah, he counts. He counts. Wang is a pretty big head. 76. What is Hulk's weakness? Lullabies? Sun's getting real low.
Yeah, I think his weakness was Natasha Romanoff, like real talk.
Yeah.
And like now that she's gone, he's probably going to go crazy, which could lead us to our World War Hulk scenario that was just rumored.
77. What is the most difficult show or movie to find Easter eggs in? You mentioned Parzival, and I got triggered because Ready Player One. I hated breaking down that movie.
Yo.
And I didn't really like the movie that much. I'm kind of pissed off at Ready Player One because I think it's an amazing concept, but Ernest Cline doesn't ever critique the idea of being obsessed with pop culture. He celebrates it in this kind of like gross way that feels out of touch with himself. Like, I would love Ready Player One if at the end, like, Parzival were to realize he lost out on all of his relationships. Like, if he found out if this was like a toxic thing he was doing to Gunt, like, it just felt like a missed opportunity. So and it's the exact kind of movie that I hate. Like, I hate how studios now, specifically Warner, does this a lot. Like Space Jam: New Legacy, just make movies as Easter egg vehicles and put in the Flintstones or Iron Giant somewhere in the background. And it's just like annoying. It's not fun to break down those movies. It's not rewarding.
That Space Jam trailer really took a lot out of me. It was just a trailer. Good God.
That the real reason for the season is to celebrate the resurrection of one of the most wholesomely righteous icons of all time, Space Jam.
And it's not even Easter eggs when you
put
it in as a reference.
It's a bunch of Warner stuff that they put in for a cash grab.
Stupid. But everyone tweets us, be like, "Why aren't you breaking this down? It's full of Easter eggs." I'm like, "Cause it's a stupid kind of movie. Like, it's not fun to find Easter eggs in that." What is your favorite movie to find Easter eggs in? Now, this is a good question. My favorite kind of movie to find Easter eggs in are ones that are not like superhero genre movies. I think it's more rewarding. Like Knives Out was one of the most fun movies to find. And I don't even like calling them Easter eggs, just details, just production details, like filmmaking details, like little clues. You know, I'm way more interested in finding Easter eggs there than I am in looking at license plates in a Spider-Man movie.
See, I only like looking at Easter eggs in Marvel Cinematic Universe stuff because I know that there is a universe that is being crafted and that there is a lot of care being taken specifically with like a lot of attention to detail. I'm trying to look for those little elements that connect together that hopefully tell this like huge overarching cosmic story. So that's pretty much, I just love MCU Easter eggs in particular.
Yeah, I like that. I liked like Get Out. Jordan Peele's Get Out. Like, we never did a breakdown of that, but like that's a fun movie. He puts a ton of little things in there.
There's so much symbolism in that movie.
I much prefer a movie like that or like The Shining. I know I'm mentioning like horror films here. I think there's way more opportunities to like really do stuff that tell a story with the details, with the attention to detail, as opposed to like, I just want to reference a specific comic issue where Doc Ock is in it. That's not rewarding to find to me. Yeah. It's just kind of like, all right, like, whatever. 80. Are Wang and Strange breaking up? Why does Wang have a suitcase? He can sling ring to his closet from wherever or whenever he needs to. Good point. He can reach into his closet. I don't think they're breaking up. I just think he's visiting Kamartaj.
Yeah, I think he's just like, he just wants a break.
We were on a break!
And he's just like, you know what? We have our intern, the guy who was sweeping the snow. So he'll take care of it. They're not married. They can have separate lives. It's totally fine. They're not breaking up.
Right. 81. Could Mordo be working with Mephisto? Everyone is working with Mephisto. They just don't know it yet. 82. Superman versus Doctor Strange. Who would win? I mean, if Doctor Strange has the ability to warp reality, Doctor Strange. Like, again, I don't like these. I don't get these questions. Like, Superman's powers comes from the Earth's sun. If there's no sun in a universe, does Superman lose his power? Can Doctor Strange manifest kryptonite wherever? It's just kind of like, we're not even talking about the characters fighting each other anymore. We're talking about the rules of their universe. And that's why I don't like these crossover questions. It's like, I don't care. I'm sorry, I'm getting mad. I don't know why I'm getting so mad.
Well, I would say Doctor Strange. But If Superman had the if he knew
if he had the balls,
who Doctor Strange was, and he had the balls to kill him, then Superman in like a split second.
Wanda Maximoff versus Jean Grey, who would win? Now I like this question. Same universe, right? I think Jean Grey, if she's fully Phoenix Force powered up, might have more control. Maybe not as much control. Now that I mention it, I don't know. I think, Scarlet Witch is supposed to be more powerful than Jean Grey, I guess. I mean, when it comes to the House of M events, no one is more powerful than Scarlet Witch. So I guess Scarlet Witch gets the edge there.
Man, I don't know. I would say the Phoenix Force is pretty up there in power.
Yeah. They're both Omega level, I think. Yeah.
I would say Jean Grey.
Okay. 84. Who would win in a fight? Zombie Thanos versus Thanos. I think Zombie Thanos, right?
I don't know. Thanos has tough skin as it is, so like a bite would be kind of rough. So like, I think that
Zombie Thanos has stones, right?
Oh,
you're saying neither of them? Are you removing the Infinity Stones from the equation?
Yeah, I would say okay. I'm removing the Infinity Stones. I would say regular Thanos would find a way to beat Zombie Thanos because he's rotting away. Okay. He's rotting away.
85. If Thanos had dusted Wolverine in Deadpool, would they be permanently dusted? Yeah, I think so. I think they can regenerate, but the Infinity Stones outweigh their ability to regenerate. They're kind of being erased from existence. 86. Could Thanos snap the Watcher? No, I think the Watcher's above. He's outside of our universe, so I don't think he would be snapped.
Yeah, the snap only covered that particular universe.
Who is the smartest MCU character?
I would guess Shuri.
I mean, I think Doctor Strange. I think Doctor Strange, like the fact that he just has all this knowledge, he has like photographic memory. True. I think he's smarter.
Actually, that's a really good point because magical knowledge is just knowledge and it's not a different type of knowledge. So yeah, it's probably Strange.
I mean, he seemed to master like medicine, like physical medicine, physical science, and then now he has like another form of advanced science, magic. I don't know. 88. How likely is it that we see the Beyonder in the Secret Wars arc in the MCU? I don't know if we'll see the Beyonder per se. I think it's likely, but I think we will for sure see Secret Wars in the next couple of years.
I think that we might get hints at the Beyonder because we do have hints at the Builder race, who are these super primordial creatures who are tied into the whole Secret Wars event, so maybe we might see them, but like Beyonders, I don't know. 89.
You can only see one again in the MCU: Chris Evans or Robert Downey Jr. I'd have to go with Chris Evans. I think Chris Evans seems like more of a team player, more of an ensemble member. Robert Downey Jr. is a rock star; he's great, but it seems like Chris Evans can kind of fit in a lot of different scenarios. So I like Chris Evans.
There's one thing that will always give you an edge. A hot lunch.
I would say Chris Evans because of that, the way that Endgame ended, and it just doesn't seem like his story is fully done. So I do want to see what he was up to while he was, delivering those stones back. But I do want to see Robert Downey Jr. maybe either as a Mephisto or a Skrull in like a Secret Invasion type thing. I think it would just be fun to with Peter Parker's emotions. It would be great.
Yeah. 90. Which MCU character would you most enjoy playing? Mojo? I think Mojo would be fun to play.
I really want to play this bear on this team called Brute Force. It's a team of animals, and like they're just animal Avengers essentially. And I want to play the bear one because I love bears.
91. Favorite movie of all time? Alien.
Dang. I think I'm gonna go with Her.
That's a good one. Her. I love that movie. 92. Which non-DC or non-Marvel comics need movies?
Oh my god, that's a great question. I love Valiant Comics. I don't know if you guys know this about me, but Valiant Comics are one of the best superhero comics out there. Like, if you don't read Valiant Comics, go read Valiant Comics. I've been dying for a Harbinger movie so badly, and also Archer and Armstrong movie and an Ivar Time. So many. Go read Valiant Comics. They're fantastic. Ninjak, too. Ninjak. Oh, yeah. My answer is Ninjak. Sorry. I just got really excited. The end.
How about Saga? That sounds great. I want to see a Saga movie. 93. MT, you can answer this. Where did Omni-Man go?
Yeah, I think Omni-Man went to go have a baby with another lady. I forget.
Oh, to start over?
It's been a while, but he does. I know he does have a kid with another lady at some point. So he's off on another planet just trying to be a good boy. Spoiler alert.
94. Favorite non-superhero show on Netflix? Right now, Squid Game. I like Ozark a lot. Stranger Things, obviously, is really fun.
Yeah, I just finished Alice in Borderland. If you have a hole in your heart from Squid Game, Alice in Borderland will fill that hole. It is literally very much like Squid Game. A lot of very messed up games that play with your emotions. So Alice in Borderland, season 2's coming.
95, is Die Hard a Christmas movie? Yes.
Yippee-ki-yay, motherfucker.
I really, truly hate this question. Who gives a shit at this point? Watch it at Christmas if you want. And this is just a question that people like to ask to feel cool. What if you think it's a Christmas movie? It's a Christmas movie. Who cares?
Sure. Yeah. 96. One word to describe the last season of Game of Thrones. Rushed.
Didn't watch it.
97. What's your relationship status? Engaged and
to me.
Extremely happy. Yeah.
Just kidding.
Oh, to MT. Yes. While I'm here, I'm engaged to MT.
No. I am very much single, ready to mingle.
You heard it, folks. Help this man out. Let's see. You guys are gonna ride with Rick and Morty until the wheels fall, right?
Wubba lubba dub dub, correct?
Yeah, hell yeah, we are. 99. Where do you go from here? Right now, I'm gonna shoot some brand spots for future videos. Gonna try to watch a new episode of Succession, and then we're gonna go watch Dune.
I mean, I might poop in a few hours. I don't know. A lot of options.
In terms of new Rockstars, I guess to answer your question for the channel, we're gonna be making a lot more of everything. Gonna give you a little bit of everything all the time.
Hell yeah.
Or a lot of everything all the time. And we've made it to our 100th question, and it is our Box of Scraps question.
Box of Scraps!
Who was the first superhero who inspired you?
I would have to say, even though it's kind of late in the game, Captain America. Like the MCU version of Captain America. Specifically after Winter Soldier. Because that's when my love of the MCU really just like went into high gear, because that movie was phenomenal. And like, I just love the way that he just stood up for what he believed in, no matter what. And I was just like, damn. And he was just a good man. And like, I just feel like there's not a lot of celebration of good men or just good people in general. And I think that's why I love Captain America. That's why I love Vision. It's just that they're just good people.
I mean, as a kid, I loved Batman and Superman equally. Like, I watched those movies. I watched the animated series. I had pajamas for both of them. My favorite pajamas were Superman pajamas that had a cape to them. I think the first one that actually like inspired me in terms of like my personality was probably Wolverine from the X-Men animated series, because I remember going to preschool in kindergarten and pretending to be Wolverine and just walking around like this by myself through the schoolyard, because I'm kind of an introvert. I don't really feel comfortable in large crowds. So like as a kid, I would always just go play by myself, and I would literally just stalk the playground, just like doing this. And I liked how, yeah, exactly. I like how in the animated series, Wolverine would always go alone. Like Cyclops would pitch some plan, some battle strategy, and Wolverine's like, "Yeah, whatever, bub," and just go off and do his own thing. And then he would meet up with everyone at the end, and they'd all hang out. Professor Xavier would be like, "I'm very proud of all of you," and I'm like, as long as I can have dinner with everyone at the end of the day, that's all I care about.
Right. I loved when Wolverine would like just break Cyclops like cars or motorcycles before he left. He's like, you. Just like
that's right.
In half.
Yeah, I love it. Well, we did it. We got through 100 questions.
Hey, we did it. 100.
We want to thank everyone who submitted questions for our 100th episode. We could not have done it without you. Once we get to 200, we'll do 200 questions.
Oh God, let's do it.
We'll be old men by then. So we want to thank you all for joining us this episode of Big Question. Thank you to MT for joining me this episode. Follow MT at MasterTainment. Follow me at EA Voss. Follow New Rockstars here on YouTube and on all social media platforms. And make sure to hit that notification bell. Bye-bye, everybody.
Love you guys. Bye.